So the second day, the Saturday of Namm, I got to walk around after I finished the third floor and exploring. I went back to around the main stage area, and I saw this concept from a company called Mobile Sessions. And if you're into recording or you're an artist that needs recording, you need to check this. At the main entrance of the Namm campus, we saw a band performing in front of a mobile rig, and we decided to find out what it was about. So we're outside Namm 2022, and we passed by this very interesting booth. It's called Mobile Sessions, and we have Christine here to explain to us this amazing concept.
What's up? Yes, I'm Christine Hufenbecher. I am the co-founder of Mobile Sessions, which is a mobile recording and production studio, which we founded about 5 years ago, and 3 years ago, we launched it and featured it here at Namm. And now we're here today with this booth showcasing our in-studio as well as our live recording capabilities. We can do simple recordings to full-on productions with video, staging, lighting, and all that. And anything audio you need, mixing, mastering, we do all that. Yeah.
So you actually come to the artist?
That was kind of the gist behind coming up with this whole concept, to be able to come to the artist or give the artist and the songwriters and producers a chance to get out of their usual studio environment and take their craft and take their gear and just get out into the middle of nowhere, go to the beach, to mountains, to desert, and just be creative and get a different perspective of inspiration, you know?
It's super cool. I've never seen anything like that. So you can do a full band, or what's the capacity of the recording?
So we can do a singer, songwriter with guitarist pulling up to the Hollywood Bowl and recording a full orchestra.
Wow.
So we're set up to do all that. Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing. So
we have a lot of gear.
So is this an example of the setup that you would do, like with the band? Like I see the mics for the drums and stuff like that.
Actually, we have Austrian audio mics set up for live, and inside we have a different variety of mics that we use for in-studio. But yeah, we just wanted to showcase with the live band what it looks like when we record a band, and then we bring them inside, and what it looks like when we record them inside the studio
to track.
Yeah, do some additional vocals or instruments to fill. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. I might need to bring my violin and see what I could do.
Oh, that'd be dope, though. We haven't done too much of that, so that would be really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are some of the questions that people ask you when they see a Mobile Sessions?
There's a few. The number one question is, so how far do you go and where are you based out of? We're based out of Burbank. And we go as far as you need us to go in driving distance, as long as the travel budget is in place.
Right.
This vehicle has already been on a 40-day tour with B.O.B. before we even converted it into a mobile studio, so we can go far. Second popular question is, but can you record drums in there? And now we can, because we have converted it so we can fit a small drum kit in there and do live drums.
Wow.
Or we can just put it outside or inside a venue and run lines. You know, we got 100 feet of cables of lines that we can run anywhere.
Right.
How much does it cost?
Right.
Regular rate is $100 an hour, and that's including the studio with all the gear and the engineer driver. We don't let other people's drive this, so.
Right.
But if you want to bring your own engineer, you can, and that will cut the rate down to about $75 an hour. And we have some indie rates, and we have weekly lockout rates, so just ask and we will make it happen.
So how many is this the only rig, or do you have multiple rigs that you work with?
For now, we have one rig, but the long-term plan is to have a few of those in major music cities.
Very cool.
That's the dream.
That's very cool. It's a great idea. So we're going to get some view of the inside of the trailer here, where they actually do some more of the tracking, and we'll be back with you.
Attack it, yo. Pinky ring on the Neve console. Avalon captures breath and tonsil. U87 at my nostril. MPC machine, Ableton push beats full throttle. Empty Louis bottles. Royal years Shocking Stradivarius, Verados, head honcho, Da Vinci bag holds apogee, iPhone 7, A10 chip, golden color, like a brother or the watch the throne cover. We radial with the mental, elemental like Zeus's brother. Hating me like Hades since birth from my mother. Bulgara plugging in the Bugatti with a strap a bad Russian team beside me. And the Chenji Vicky Robbie, lexicon reverse my verbs when I break down herbs. Have chicks on staff to break down the herb in turn. I turn industry head, extra earn. What? Yo, my 5 fingers gonna collect 7 figures, go figure. I tried to tell you from the top, my 5 fingers gonna collect 7.
So we're inside the mobile of the mobile sessions, and we have Kenny here, and he's going to explain to us this wonderful idea.
Hey, thank you. This is Mobile Sessions. It's a mobile recording studio. And what we're debuting at Namm this year is what we're standing in, the new 7.1.4 Atmos Room. And I'd like to say it's the future, but it's kind of here. Apple's already releasing music you can buy in it. Universal's releasing artists on the record label being mixed in Atmos. And we'll be a certified Dolby Atmos room in about a month or so. So you'll be able to not just come and do all the rest of the things I'm going to show you, but now we can work in full Atmos. Produce it, mix it, release it. Let's show you the rest of the studio.
So that's like the spatial audio stuff as well.
Yeah,
same kind.
For those that are in more listening to Apple's side of it, they call it spatial audio.
Right.
But spatial audio is essentially Dolby Atmos.
Right.
Right, which means it's 360 degrees of sound, which is kind of how we hear.
Right.
You know, because
behind us.
you can tell if someone's behind you or
Yeah.
above you or something like that. So now when we're mixing the music, you'll be able to hear it that way. And it's pretty crazy, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool. Super cool. It's
really,
a great
really
idea that it's on wheels. Because usually you got to go to some 16-story building
Now, I'm
to
not
go
sure
do
if I
that.
can quote us yet, but we feel like we're going to be the first mobile recording Atmos room
Definitely one
here.
of the
We got to be one of the
Yeah.
first. We're not sure if we're the first, but
Right.
and then certified as Dolby will definitely be one of the first as well.
It's amazing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the one thing to say, you can throw the speakers up and be like, hey, this is really cool. But it's another thing for Dolby to come in the studio and say, yes,
Certified.
this is certified.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot that goes into that in terms of best practices to make sure that the speakers are the right speakers, that, you know, it's been tuned, EQ'd, delayed, all the stuff you need to make it be accurate.
Right.
So that when I do something here, it makes sense to you out there listening to it.
Super cool. And I'm looking at all this gear.
This is the
Gear
playroom.
love, gear
This
overload.
is definitely the playroom.
Machine
You know,
and-
it's not just that. I do write and produce, and we have writers and producers that come in. We have lots of toys.
Right,
Like you said, MPCs, machines, old drum machines, new ones, all kinds of synths. We probably have about 6 or 7 synths on board that you would want, from Moogs to original Junos to new stuff. And then, you know, the computers and stuff are off the charts.
Right. So all the doors and Logic and
All the, you know,
Ableton.
if you want to use Logic or Ableton or Pro Tools or Studio One or even Performer, we have all of those on board.
Super cool.
Hopefully Cubase soon. We're just
Okay.
looking at it. But we don't get too many requests, but I feel like it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, I feel like the younger producers at FL Studio as well.
FL Studio, you know, since it could, well, the problem is with that is that it was always a PC thing, and then it could run on Intel, so you could get it on Mac, but all of a sudden now you can't. So we'll see what FL Studio says about that. If they
Right,
wanna
M1
continue
chip,
it,
yeah.
you know, if it can run on Silicon, then it'll be on a new M1 kind of
Very
thing.
cool. So you're gonna show us there's like a magic wall here.
You know, magic wall. So this is part of the engineering feat. How did we get all the speakers in here? Well, one of them had to move.
Oh wow. Okay.
We're just gonna grab this and do that.
Floating microphones.
Typically, well, I just moved it out of our way. I forgot. There it is.
Very cool. I'll let you grab because
All right,
it's
here we
tighter
go.
in there.
Come on, you can
Yeah.
follow me. Come on,
Okay,
just-
okay.
I can even walk backwards. Look at this. I can do that.
Very cool.
This is the rest of the studio. This is the vocal room. So you can see we have all kinds of different microphones up right now. One of my favorites. This is actually Shaka Khan's mic that I've
wow.
used for her. It's got her logo on there. And then we also have like a brand new mic by Warm Audio that you know, based on the Sony microphone. So we have all kinds of different things. You know, there's no one mic for one singer.
Of course.
You know, it could be $1,000. It could be, you know, $10,000. It doesn't mean it's right. You know,
Right,
until
right.
you sing on it. And then you come into the real room and This is where the real magic happens. This is the SSL room, and this is just like as if you walked into Capitol, or Westlake D or something like that. Well, not Westlake D because they don't have this console, but either way, any major studio in Los Angeles, we have the same stuff. We have an SSL console. We have all the Neve pre's we have some originals right from a Neve console. You name it. If you really want to get into the full aspects of making a great record, we can do the whole thing in here, and we're mobile, so we could be anywhere.
Right, it's crazy.
It's just really crazy.
What about like a live performance? Do you? I don't even know. That's just something
Yes.
that popped in my head. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
So we've been showing at Namm the whole capability of the studio. So outside,
Right.
we've got the whole stage set up with the PA. So we just had the artists performing live. And while they're performing live, we have another 2 engineers outside dealing with the live performance like it's a concert. And then we're inside here with 2 other engineers, and we're recording it just like it's in the studio.
Right, because it's this crazy idea because we were saying before, like you can go to like the desert, have the band outside and actually do almost like a live video. You know how bands will have a live video outside and track it actually what's happening.
We actually did a smaller music video like that in Joshua Tree.
Oh, wow.
It was a 3-camera shoot, so just like a real video. It was just singer-songwriter, but we were up in the middle of the desert. We were parked. We provided all the power for all the cameras, the lights, everything, and we recorded the whole thing.
Super cool.
And then we mixed it, the next week. Video did their thing,
Right.
and then off it went, and it was released.
That's amazing. And we were saying, hopefully you'll have like 100 trucks in all the major cities.
Hopefully we will.
Yeah.
Chris and I started this with the idea that this wasn't going to be the only one.
Right.
But it is the flagship. It's the only one, but it's still the flagship, meaning
Right.
that we wanted this to complete our vision. And now that we think we're there, and we're working with all the various different manufacturers at this point. They all want to come and use us now.
Right.
Now we feel like we're just about ready. There'll be a second one. And we don't want it just sitting here in LA. We actually want to service the country. We want to get one, maybe up in Seattle. We want to get one maybe down in Texas, maybe one in Atlanta.
Right.
Maybe one down in Florida towards New York, Jersey.
Right.
We want to get it around because the reality is this is how hit records are getting made. People want to do it in their living room. They want to make it in their bedroom.
Especially with COVID, now you can just have a smaller circle of people as well. You know how
You really
people
can. One of the cool things that we wanted to do from the start is we wanted to be able to be here and then run all the microphones wherever they need to be. So we can do about 200 feet. So we can be set up in your house where you're comfortable, you're safe, you're doing your own thing, and we're out here in the truck.
Excellent.
We can communicate, we can talk, we have video, but we don't really have to spend a lot of time in each other's space if that's what the artist wants.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I appreciate it, Kenny.
I appreciate you
this vision. You guys should be proud of the product. It caught my eye. I didn't realize what was going on at the start. There was like a stage set up and they were performing for them. But when I saw all this, it's a crazy idea. I love it.
Thank you. Really appreciate you coming. Want me to take that? I don't rap and I don't sing, so so holding the microphone's a little funny for me.
But you hang them.
I can hang it and I can tell you how it sounds good.
Right. Thanks again. This is Mobile Sessions, Phearnone Gear and Gadgets.